Alright, I'm going to go ahead and regenerate this, see what it looks like. Now, it gave me some alarms right here. So, let's go to left cut. And basically what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to tell it basically where the geometry is. So I'm going to right click, go to edit. We'll go to geometry and we'll select, I'm going to hold my Alt key down, select this line. Click OK. So I now have something that looks like this. I'm going to go to my right cut, right click, go to edit, go to my geometry tab, hold my Alt key down and select this line, hit OK. Alright, so if I wanted to, this little offset in, I could actually select that too. Let's go ahead and select that also. So I'm going to go back to geometry, exit out of that, and I'm going to hold my Alt key down. Now I'm going to hold my Control key down and select more than one piece of geometry. So we'll have something that looks like this. Now because I'm using a 1/2 inch end mill, it's going to have a 1/4 inch radius right there. So we'll come back and clean that up. Just go back and do the same thing on our right side. Go to my geometry. Hold my Alt key down and Control key down to select more than one entity. And hit OK. So I have something that looks like this. Alright, so now I have these pockets. Now last time I did use a contour. The diameter is 0.866. I think I'm going to do something different on these pockets. So let's actually delete these. So I could come in and cut it with the 1/4 inch end mill. I'm going to have a little problem with that. So what I could do is I could edit each one of these. And I'm going to change the end mill. I'm going to select my tools that I use from the bottom plate. And we'll do a 1/2 inch end mill this time. Looks good. Okay, it wants me to select the contour. So I'm going to go to geometry. And I'm going to select this. We'll hit OK. Let's see what other types of lead-ins we have. Let's see what a ramp looks like. Looks pretty good. I think I'm going to use the ramp instead. Alright, so the easiest way to do this, I'll actually delete these other two pockets. And we'll duplicate this. So I'm going to go duplicate. And we'll duplicate. It's got a little alarm there. It probably doesn't like my lead in. Alright, so this is what I actually wanted to do. So I'm just going to ignore the warning it has. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to reselect the geometry that I want to use. On this middle pocket, I'm going to select right there. We'll go ahead and hit OK. So I have something that looks like that. We'll call this middle pocket. We'll go ahead and rename this left pocket. Now, if I wanted to, I really could use a 2D pocket operation. And let's see what this looks like. So it uses a 1/2 inch end mill, geometry. We'll go ahead and select our pocket. Tool heights, because I'm going to use a clamp, my retract will be 0.6. And my total depth will be minus 0.25. We won't leave any stock. Multiple depths. We'll do 40 thousandths depth of cut. Sounds good. Linking. Yeah, we'll do a helix lead in. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, I didn't like that. Alright, so I'll rename this pocket. Now I'm actually using a 2D contour. I'm just fine with that. So I'm going to go to Edit, Geometry, and I'll select this, Geometry. Hit OK. So I have something that looks like this. Now it's giving me a warning. Most likely my warning is there's probably some kind of conflict with lead in. But this is what I want. As you can see, it generated a toolpath. So I'm just going to let this be. If I want to, I can simulate it. I'm going to make my holder transparent. Looks good. We'll speed that up. So I'm just going to ignore those warnings. You'll find that a lot of times you'll get warnings on your toolpath, especially when it comes to like 2D contours and 2D pockets. You'll get a lot of warnings. It's trying to tell you, hey, look at your lead in, look at your clearance, something doesn't add up. I simulated it. It gave me the toolpath I want. So we're going to go ahead and run this and try this out. Alright, so now I'm going to go to my center drill. I'm going to go to Edit. Go to my geometry, and we'll go ahead and select here, 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 and so on. Looks good. I'm going to put it in front view, make sure my depth is right, and that looks about right. 50 thousandths deep. Now I made my 98 thousandths drill toolpath from a template. So what I could do is go to geometry and reselect each one of those. Another way I could also do this, I could just delete that. My center drill already has all my geometry selected. So what I could do is just go over, right click on it, go to duplicate, rename it 98 thousandths drill, right click, go to edit, change my tool to my 98 thousandths drill, and change my depth. I'm going to include my drill tip, put it in front view, zoom in. Alright, so I'm going to add in a breakthrough point. So we'll go an extra 50 thousandths, and I zoom out, it looks something like that. Looks good. Go ahead and save that. Alright, so I used a 1/2 inch end mill to cut these sides. What you can do is do a cleanup right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to 2D. Alright, so normally I would use a rest roughing. I don't have a rest roughing option. So what I'm going to do to come in and clean this up, I'm going to go to my left cut. I'm going to right click and go duplicate. And you can see it brought down here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag this down to the bottom. There we go. We'll go to edit. I'm going to reselect my geometry. And I'm just going to cut here and here. We'll put it on rest. We'll put it on rest machining. My tool diameter is 0.25 and my corner radius 0.125. We'll go ahead and we're going to select our 1/4 inch end mill we were going to use. Let's hit OK. Alright, so it threw out an alarm. Basically my corner radius, basically what it wants is it wants me to specify the corner radius of the tool previously used to cut the boundary. So we're going to change that to 0.25 because we used a 1/2 inch end mill. And we had used a 1/2 inch end mill.